Hey guys, this is my article review. The article that I read is from the Pi Delta Kappan October 2013 edition or catalog. The article that I chose is Making Hope Happen in the Classroom, and this is just talking about providing hope for your students and teaching them how to hope. I never really thought about how important hope is, but when you really think about it, without hope, how do you accomplish dreams? The actual definition of hope, I looked it up, it is a feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen. So, to me, hope is the belief that circumstances in the future are better than how they are now, and how your life is today, or also known as dreams. I have lots of dreams from myself and goals that I've set, and without hope I cannot achieve those. So I'm going to read a little paragraph or section from this article, and we're going to talk about that for a minute, because I learned a word or a verb in here that I had never heard before. Okay, my son and I do lots of nexting on our morning walks to his elementary school. We talk about his next big project at school, his next big basketball game, and the next movie we'll watch. Nexting thinking and talking about a desired future comes naturally to kids. I have never met a child who could not next. If all children are capable of nexting. Now, once I heard this word for like the third or fourth time, I was like, what is nexting? Because I still did not understand. So what is nexting? Nexting requires thinking about the future in a fairly complex way. Okay, and if all children are capable of this, then why are only half of the American children hopeful? According to the Gallup student poll, why does only one out of every 2 children believe that their future will be better than their present, and believe that they have the power to make the future a reality? It's kind of sad that only half of the students believe that their life can be better in the future. But in order to do that, you have to have hope in that, and that starts with a common understanding of what hope is, why it's important, and how it works. If maybe perhaps someone has a bad home life, they don't have support from their family or possibly even friends, a teacher can provide this for their students and show them ways and encourage them and enhance hope in their classroom. The most motivating type of goal to a student are their own personal goals, which are meaningful to them. Sorry, I have notes everywhere, so I'm not really staring at the camera that much. I have one more part that I'm going to read that I thought was pretty interesting. There's a specific study that researchers recruited first semester college students to complete a standardized measure of hope along with other scales. There's different types of scales that you can use, and one of them, a very common one, is the Children's Hope Scale, is for ages 7 to 14. But back to this. Researchers followed the students by examining academic records each term. Statistical models were used to determine the relationship between hope and outcomes such as GPA, ongoing enrollment, and graduation. Each study controlled for the other determinants of student success, such as GPA at previous academic levels and entrance exam scores. The main finding is clear. How students think about the future predicts benchmarks of academic progress and success, including how many courses they enroll in, how many credits they earn, their GPAs across the courses, and the likelihood that they'll graduate. One study showed that the low hope students are 3 times more likely to be dismissed from school for poor grades. Another study, which pitted hope against ACT scores, found that hope is a better predictor of ongoing enrollment and graduation than the standardized entrance exam. So, hope is a better predictor than these tests that all these kids have to take in order to get into college. So you may score high on an ACT score and later on drop out of college, when there's some students who have hopes and dreams for their future who score poor on the ACT exam, but they have benchmarks and they try really hard to reach those because of hope. There are 3 things that hopeful students do differently than other students. Hopeful students are excited about the future. Hopeful students enjoy going to school. And hopeful students stay engaged at school. Students can achieve daily and long-term goals, and you can be the one to enhance them with hope. Okay. Ask students to work on the goals that really matter to them. Some goals may be personal. Sorry about that, my phone ran out of storage, but I was talking about personal goals and educational goals. There's a difference between the two. Personal goals are very more meaningful to students, but educational goals, as I stated earlier, without hope, students are more than likely going to drop out of school and not attend college. But a couple ways that a teacher can enhance hope in students is that he or she can be a teacher who encourages students to set goals. Like I said earlier, they may not have a home life where they're encouraged to do that. So be the teacher who encourages students to set goals in their classroom, out of class, for the future, and to never settle. When they reach those goals, keep setting them. Teach students how to set clear markers. This means don't just settle for, oh, I'm going to make good grades. You want to make great grades. And so teach your students to set concrete markers, which an example is, I wrote one down, to study an hour each day to prepare for my upcoming exams. To go beyond, I guess you could say. I have a few references. One's the naspaline.org Children's Hope Scale, which I found on Google, and this Pi Delta Kappan October 2013 edition magazine. This is the end of it, but I just have one more thing to read. Most students can go from nexting to hope with little help from teachers and their caregivers. Not only can we teach them how to hope, but we can inspire it in them. That's because hope is contagious. So that means you as a teacher need to go spread hope in your classroom and to, teach other teachers how to do that. Embed in them the importance of it, because I didn't really think about how important it is. So hope is contagious, so go spread it. And one other thing is I Googled hope in sign language, and one thing you can teach your students is this is hope in sign language. You just move your hands like this. And that is it for my article review, and sorry that it took so long. My phone is crazy. Thanks. Bye.